Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Now, this video is a continuation of our talk about today about human harassment. Now, I really suggest you, if you haven't watched that video, please watch that video first so that you can catch up what we want to talk about. I will put the link in the description down below. Now, now for the continuation of this talk, as you can see, I do have my partner Srikani Maharani with me for this talk because she's very busy with her life and we respect her the private life privacy here. So I myself I'm gonna explain it to you. Now, in this talk, based on the problems, we already provide some solutions to like complete like what I wanted to say is like to make sure her life get rest easy again. But between the answer, what is the best answer? What is the best solution to be given for her based on the situation? Now, the solution that we gave you on the last video is like a very common one, but in this video, we gotta find the best solution to the problem. Now, in case if some of you didn't like complete, you don't watch the first video and still don't want to watch it, we're gonna give you like the problems and the solution. But the background, you can watch the first video. Okay. Now, the problem is Jack tries to incorporate human humor into his group-led conversation using the Dutch humor by interrogating his team member Sema without fully acknowledging that the joke is affecting her mental and life. And by that joke, and by the joke I mean her joke is calling Sema dot because she's the smallest on the group, and Jack assuming that she's the smallest in the world, and without realizing that joke is affecting her mental and life. Now, for solution for this problem, as we mentioned in the last video, there are seven of it. The first one is talk directly to Jack about the joke and complain. Face-to-face problem, face-to-face complaint. The second one, complain to HR about the joke is affecting her life and ask for department change. Number three is look for a new job in shadows, a coward's move or backstabbing. Number four, send a mail to Jake about the joke. It's damaging her mental, wedding life, and real life at the same time. Five, lodge a formal complaint against Jack in organization. So I mean a formal complaint in defense in a sense there. Number six, talk to her colleague about the joke is uncomfortable for her and encouraging them not to do the same. So make sure there's no more chain reaction. So keep it private again. And number seven, outright not accept the behavior and fight back with the same joke. Now this is like a catfish situation, like fight with math. So in that seven answer, we try to find what's the best based on the situation. Then again, this problem, the solution is very like a common answer for this problem. But in the situation again where I started to like spinning around my own word, so we try to find what's the best way, what's the best solution for the problem. Now, there are things that we have to consider so that to make sure that this solution is truly the best. Now, the first one is the maturity. Now, how sensitive you deliver something, how sensitive like the problems or making like, is it like making personal or something like that, or keep it professional? The second one is work-life balance. Now, what I mean by work-life balance, like keeping like distance between working like working self and her real life self, like try to make a distance about it. If it's like very low, that if it's very low, that means she doesn't want anyone to know about her real life self, where the work like self, or a truly introvert. But if you want to combine the real life and work life, that work life, that is the balance is very high. And the third one is self-respect. This is self-respect. But self-respect is self-esteem while gaining confidence. That means while gaining confidence. And in a sense, it means getting like some self-recognition and like self-respect because in professional work, in professionalism, what we need to aspect by working so hard, we need to get recognition and get gain respect from others. Now, based on the three criteria, we have to rate it from very low to high. What level should be the best in every situation for like finding the best solution for Sema in her own problem. Now, for the maturity one, we think that she tries to like maintain her professionalism while not trying to outrage in work and try to like finishing herself. Even though she's already broken down inside her mental, but she tries to maintain the professionalism, keeping like professionalism in work. So we decided to put it on level moderate. It's like right in the middle, not too high, not too low. Now for the work-life balance. Now if we take a look back at the background, people like in people already know her husband, even the CFO, CEO, I don't remember very much. No, so she doesn't. She already knows about her husband, so she doesn't like try to conceal her wedding life or her real life. She wants to like express the family, but very at the very minimum. So I would say like moderate as well. Now for the self-respect, now this is like the very reason why the problem exists because again in the first video, people because of Jack's joke being called her dot because being small in the world, people in her work life recognize her not by his hard work or her achievement, by her height, as the tiniest person in the world, not getting the recognition she wanted to. And of course, in professional work, again, if you the thing that we want to get back for getting professional is we want to get respect, gain respect people. So we would put this like very high. Now, as all those three things considered, so how we like to evaluate those seven answer and put it like their own level, we ask some real life workers like from banks and from offices, like how level based on the three criteria that we put. And the result came out to this table right here. Now, as you can see here, the first one talks to Jack personally has a very high material level. That means trying to make it the trouble is very sensitive. Try to make it like as sensitive as possible. Now, work-life balance, like the way she complains, is she's trying to like colliding the problem with real life as well. It's not a bad thing, but it's not also a good thing because that's not professional in work. Now, the respect is very high because she managed to gain respect for people, but it's not very high because people try not to, because she's like taking the person down, like not to make it professional as well. Being professional it is, but not the right way though. Now, the number two, talk to HR. Now, the maturity is quite moderate here. That means like she tries like following the procedure of work. Like there are some there in work life. If you have any problem and don't want to say to the person itself, we can talk to the HR. So it's very like making not as sensitive as possible. But again, work-life balance is very high. Just like the reason, just like the first one, again with work-life balance, try to really collide with her wedding life, marriage life, also I say. And but there are some like some employees call it it's a very coward move, a big coward. So he doesn't get much respect. Maybe she's got to start to get backstab a little bit, like being talked back. Now the third one is look for a new job. Now for this one, I would call it like a coward move in a sense, because and also not only like being coward, like also backstabbing your team that you were currently working on. So you're not because you're looking for a new job, you're not trying to like complain. So you're not getting making this sensitive or something like that. The work-life balance is quite moderate, so not trying to collide with real life as well, but try to collide a little bit. But because she's like looking for a new job and leaving her team, that's leaving an impression of she's being like a backside in the team. So she does almost get very low self-respect because not telling him anything. And also the number four, send a mail to Jen. Now this one, the matured one, is very moderate. She tries not to make it a bit sensitive situation. She tries to maintain her professional, even though, even though she's been broken inside. But I think that's very like professional in her. The work-life balance is very moderate as well. She tries to email about the problem, but without fully like combining her real life as well. Maybe she tries to complain about real life, but not like to the very woman like until like because of you like this. No, she tries to like make it as minimum as possible about the wedding life, and also because of that problem sent by email. Because in working places, we know some people don't talk like mouth to mouth. People talk by mail, and that's very professional of it. So she get a very high respect for that. Now, for the fifth one, plot or formal complaint. Again, just like the fourth one. Again, just like the fourth one. It's very good. It's very good. They're not trying to make it sensitive. Make it sensitive. The work-life balance is just the same as the same email. The self-respect, though, is not high. She gets very low one because she a former she making complaint, a real complaint to the organization as well. So try not to making it a little bit as high as possible. So in a sense, we don't want to make sure that so she don't get as high respect that we get as much because she's making complaint. Again, that's not a professional way to do it. Now number six, come first with the colleague. Okay, this is what that we call like an indirect complaint. She tried to make it a little more sensitive. She tried to make it sensitive, be talking to colleague about some stuff because in situation Jack is her boss and talking to colleague like making like more informal. This is make it a little bit more sensitive in the talk. And work-life balance is very high though. She tries to she combining her real life as well again because she's a an Jack is her boss and the colleague is like with the same grade. She tries to talk as non-formal as possible. So it's very high. The self-respect is quite high still. Although there might be some like colleagues or maybe try to complain with her. That's very high as well, but it's not very high enough for her. Now for the final one, outright denying informal behavior. Now the maturity is very moderate as well. The reason just like talk to HR and their work-life balance is very moderate as well. But this one is like lots of form of complaint one. It's like strike back a little bit. And self-respect is very high, but I wouldn't call it high in a good way though. I would say high in a bad way. You gain respect, but the way you gain respect is very low. People give a complaint like fight back the situation of the people, so that so that you fight back. Like you get respect from people, but you don't get respect from the jacket itself. You try to find a solution to make sure like you maintain friendship with work life as well. Now, if we take a look at all these seven one, the best answer that we can give you is send mail to Jack about the joke is damaging her mental wedding life and real life. Again, this is the best solution that we can offer to Jenna's situation because she tries to maintain a she wants to complain to Jack. She wants to complain to Jack, but she doesn't want to like she wants to still maintain the professional work of professionalism and try to like not to make it as insensitive as possible. So if we took all that in consideration, I guess this is the best solution that we could get. So this is the end of my talk for the solution analysis. Again, let me just remind you the solution they give you if you have the same if you have the same problems, you can't use one of those seven solution like this one. Let me like you can use one of these seven solution though. And again, but it depends on your like the things between with these three things that consider. Now you can pick one of those seven solution, or not only send email. Maybe some of you like try to make it as sensitive possible because maybe you're a sensitive people, and also you're like a very social person, like really wants the people know about your marriage life. So maybe you can use something else different that you want. But it's not a problem because every way this one is work, everyone this way works. But just again, it depends on your situation and your own personality. But for this one, we have to say the best solution for Sema is send a mail to Jack about the joke. It's damaging her mental, wedding life, and real life. Okay, so I guess that's it for today's talk. I hope you enjoy what I explained. Sorry for the a little bit cranky and the noise, and also my cranky speaking. Okay, I guess thanks it. Thank you very much, and I'll see you in the next video. So again, if you want to watch the first video, click, please like check the links in the description, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Thank you.